The intense war continues, and friends and foe alike withdraw from the field. Wounded in battle, the majority of the forces of Leonis retreat to Ovis Castle. Yet despite the odds, Mont continues to the front line in order to stop Sottile. There, he stands alongside Jaden to finally face Sottile. But the power Sottile commands is overwhelming. In their hour of need, Oberon joins the battle with an ancient ring in hand. However, upon seeing the aftermath of Gilgamesh's assault on Rondal Castle, Oberon turns his spear on Jaden.
This is the work of the Realm Scourge.
I'm afraid it is.
Do not worry. I shall stop this foul monstrosity. And I will find a way to spirit us back to our original world. Whatever that may take. What is it, Amnelis?
It's only fragmentary, but I had a premonition of a new future.
A new future?
Yes. It is not the one you and I know. It is a world where the Realm Scourge has survived and transformed. Where not just Ardra, but Palladia, our home, had also been overwhelmed and on the brink of total annihilation.
What could have changed the future?
I do not know. Perhaps it was mere chance. Perhaps it was inevitable. Even that, I am not sure of.
I have the armor you built for me. Did you not create it as a contingency in order to destroy that threat, if ever the need arose?
That I did, but...
Then there is naught to be afraid of. I will prove to you that the premonition you had was no prophecy, but merely a bad dream.
You need not face the Realm Scourge alone. While the premonition I had did indeed show despair, it also revealed hope.
In what way?
I was also able to glimpse the existence of a bearer of light.
A bearer of light?
With that individual's help, a miracle might just happen.
Where is this light bearer?
That I don't know. All I do know is that we will surely cross paths with them eventually.
Ardra might be destroyed if we stand around waiting for that to happen. I must go and face the monstrosity for the sake of our future.
Gilgamesh.
My homeland, Tessera, has finally faded from view. I wonder how Exia fares. When I told her my determination to set forth alone on this missionary journey, she left, disappearing into the rain. Ah, yes. It was also in the rain of the night from whence Exia suddenly appeared before me, nigh on 2 years ago. Is something the matter?
Do you need to ask? Look for yourself! The sea grows wilder by the minute.
You fault me for the weather?
If ye hadn't come seeking passage to Ardra, we would never have come to be in this circumstance.
You have the wrong of it. It was not I, but the Supreme Pontiff who decided this mission. If you ignore his holiest's orders and turn this vessel around, the Church of the Crystal will not be forgiving. Surely you should know that much in the least.
We have a ways of avoiding such a fate.
And what, pray tell, would that be?
The youth, upon receiving his long-awaited missionary orders, burned with such keenness that he stood on the bow of our ship, eyes fixed on the horizon. The ship's crew tried to stop him, but he paid no heed, telling us that he wanted to be the first to set eye upon the land of Ardra. As fate would have it, the ship encountered a tempest. The poor youth was swept away by the fierce waves and was never seen again. What do ye think? Quite the tragic tale, eh?
The youth you speak of is... Surely, you cannot intend to throw me into the sea and return to Tessera.
Well, such accidents are pretty common on the high seas.
Aye, and no one would be the least bit suspicious.
Don't take it personally. We're just not ready to die on account of ye.
If that is how it must be, I shan't hold back.
Ha! The landlubber intends to make things interesting. Let's see just how much faith you have in your own abilities! Curses! We were going easy on you, priest, so don't get haughty!
Avast this nonsense at once! Ye scurvy fools! What are ye all playing at? Captain, sir!
At this rate, the ship will surely run right into a storm!
Aye. None of us should have to perish on account of this one.
Captain! Priest, the rain be getting heavier. We should seek shelter below deck.
As you wish, Captain. There's some truth in what the crew speaks. If we press on to Ardra in this manner, many a life may be lost. Violent waters lie await between the lands of Tessera and Ardra. That is the very reason why people say that it is nigh impossible to reach Ardra safely. However, if we were to turn back, perhaps the Supreme Pontiff wishes for me to do just that. There are many in the priesthood who see my rising in rank as loathsome. I imagine they fear that I shall one day surpass them. Little do they realize, I was merely following Exia's counsel in my works. Dispatching me on a missionary journey was perhaps the best way of removing me. All the more so to make the destination of my mission the land of Ardra. Many a missionary has been dispatched there, but it appears none have survived the journey across this wild sea. The priesthood would only need a little push to believe I could be the one to sow the seeds of faith in Ardra. It was Nelsis, after all, who competed with me the most to become a prelate. proposing this scenario to the Supreme Pontiff would not be strange for such a man.
You suspected as much, and yet you still sit off without me?
That voice, it couldn't be. Exia?
You look surprised.
I feared you had lost all affection for me and had absconded somewhere.
Do you think I would ever do such a thing?
Oh, Exia.
Enough of that now! Regardless of the circumstances, stowing away is a serious crime. Even a humble priest should know that much.
Ahoy! We've trouble, Captain!
What is it?
There be monsters, sir!
Ye two landlubbers remain here.
Let's assist them.
Do not speak such nonsense. The captain ordered us to remain here.
Oh, so you intend to just do everything that man tells you?
Well,
The crew harbors animosity unto us, but even so, I believe this is a time we should work together. That we may all survive.
I guess you are correct. Let us go help.
Shiver me timbers! Ha! You do well for a priest in a maiden fair. There's never a dull day on the high seas.
We merely fight out of sheer desperation. We need this ship intact, that we may complete the crossing to Ardra.
I'm sorry, lad. I can no longer comply with your request.
Why must you deny us? Exia and I shall do what we can to assist you. We shall cause no bother unto any of you.
It's out of my hands, lad.
You mean your crew refuses to proceed?
They might seem a bunch of rapscallions or scurvy fools to you. And that they may be, but so long as they're on my ship, those swabs be my family. Returning them home safe and sound is my highest priority.
Then, you intend to throw us overboard?
I am not as heartless to make shark bait out of you.
Then,
I've got a longboat for you to use.
you cannot be serious! Casting us adrift in a tiny boat in such raging waters?
You have my sympathies, lad. But it has already been decided.
It shall suffice.
What do you mean, Exia? It is practically suicide.
I had a premonition.
You saw our future?
I did.
But how does that help?
It was only fleeting, but it was clear. An image of you, standing proudly in a grand cathedral.
You believe that cathedral to be of my creation?
Does it beggar belief?
No, it does not. I have made it this far because of you, Exia. So, I believe, with not a shadow of a doubt.
We shan't be defeated by monsters like these. We shall open the portal to that future, together.
That we shall.
The boat is ready and waiting. Time for you to board it.
We cannot do that. The monsters are too many. Leaving you to fend them off would not be right.
Sink me. Does your altruism know no bounds?
Why does that surprise you?
I was bribed by that bilge rat Nelsus.
Nelsus. He was the priest who competed with you for the position of prelate, was he not?
Indeed. And what did Nelsus ask of you, Captain?
He told me to kill you, and make it look as though it was an accident.
Such wickedness!
You may have already worked it out, but it was Nelsus who wished you sent away to Ardra.
I suppose that confirms my fears.
Were it not for ye, the prelate's position would be all but his, you see.
Then why do you not kill us?
Maybe I've become altruistic as well. You have a certain charm about you, lad. With that quality, your missionary work should truly go well for you. Oh! Once we swab the decks of this wave of monsters, smartly board the ship's boat. Don't you worry about us. Men of the sea are a hardy breed. The likes of these creatures won't be our end.
Understood, Captain.
A heroic and virtuous priest, accompanied by a fair but courageous missionary. That blessed duo were miraculously able to cross the raging seas and set foot on the land of Ardra. Upon my return to Tessera, I shall spread this glad tiding hither and thither. Aye, and it shall matter not what that bilge rat Nelsus says either.
There's no sign of any more monsters.
It's because of this tempest. Not even they have it in them to attack us now.
You speak as one without hope. Do you not have faith in my premonition?
Oh, that I could keep faith. Were it not for this fearful storm.
You are not ready to face death? Or is it that you don't wish to do so together?
Huh?
Nelsus knew about me.
And that means... his pretext of sending me alone on this missionary assignment
Was with the aim of making me his own. He schemed to use my power of prophecy in order to secure his standing within the church.
no deed is beneath that man.
That was why I stowed away on the ship. I thought, if I were to die, I would rather it was with you.
I am dearly sorry. For I fear I do not have the capability to save you.
Oh, but you do. You are the bearer of light, the one that guided me this far, and the one that shall continue to guide me from here on after. Such a beautiful crystal.
The Supreme Pontiff bestowed it upon me in place of a parting gift. The crystal's light grows brighter. Oh, Crystal! Please, show us the way! Where am I? I am alive. Exia! Exia, wake up!
Subtly?
Oh, Exia!
What is this place?
Ardra, most likely.
So we made it?
Indeed. We can begin our missionary work at last.
Then we must build a church, greater than any in Tessera.
Huh? Eventually, I guess we shall.
The nearest settlement is this way, I believe.
Did you have another premonition?
No, I just spotted footprints heading yonder. But first...
It seems we must deal with a greeting party.
And so our mission begins.
You two look as though you need a hand.
Who are you?
The name's Quill. Fear not, I'm by your side now. Come on, foul beasts! Come and get it! You two are stronger than you look. It looks like you weren't needing me aid in the end.
Nay, we appreciate your assistance regardless. I am Sodaly, and this here is...
Exia, thank you for coming to us.
Haven't seen you in these parts before. You travelers from afar?
Yes, we hail from Tessera.
Tessera? Now that's a surprise. How'd you ever make it across those fierce seas?
It was rough going indeed, but fortune saw fit that we would make it. We seek the nearest village. Perhaps you could show us the way?
Why do you wish to visit me village?
We have come to Ardra to spread the teachings of our Church of the Crystal.
Ah, preachers, huh?
Is something the matter?
I'm afraid the villagers believe in no gods. Moreover, they're highly suspicious of strangers on the whole.
And that doesn't deter us. So please, simply give us directions. This is the very reason we journeyed all the way to these lands.
I'll be taking no responsibility for whatever might happen.
Very well. Heaven will decide our fates.
All right then. Follow me. This be me village.
What are you playing at, Quill? Bringing strangers into our village like this.
Do not blame Quill. We all but forced him to lead us here.
And who the hell are you then?
You have not to fear from us. We are simple missionaries from Tessera who have come to spread the teachings of the Church of the Crystal.
From Tessera, you say?
Indeed.
That's a likely story. I bet one of those rats from the other villages paid you to come here to do no good.
Truth. Those dastards would have no qualms using strangers to uncover our village's secrets.
We are newly arrived in Ardra. We know not of what you speak.
Seize them!
Exia!
You shouldn't have gone easy on us. This is what you get!
We shall interrogate the two of you later and learn exactly what you're up to.
Being taken captive was not how I envisioned our mission to proceed.
There was little else we could do. We could not have fought the villagers with our full might lest we injure or kill them.
That's true. However...
Exia? What is it?
I heard a scream.
Fire? We need to get out of here! Help! Is anyone out there?
Subtly.
It's no use. The portal is too sturdy to break. I'm sorry. I never wished for you to get caught up in any of this.
Why do you abandon hope so readily?
Huh? There is no way out.
Your future is not yet shrouded in darkness. Nor is my future, for that matter.
Who could that be? Quill!
Sorry to take so long.
How were you able to break through this sturdy portal with such ease?
'Tis all thanks to this. To keep the monsters at bay, I've been trying me hand as a weaponsmith, you see.
And clearly you have quite the aptitude for it. It is a fine-looking axe.
What is going on out there?
Oh, right. 'Tis another monster assault.
Is this a regular occurrence?
Aye. And it's yet another reason for you to put this village behind you.
No. We shall stay and fight.
But you've no reason to.
We cannot turn our backs on people in trouble and flee. Now, lead the way.
Well, you have me thanks. Just don't go getting yourselves killed, understood?
Foul beast! I shall deal with you! Was he? Aye, ye must be the ones that brought these monsters onto us!
Come to your senses already! If that were true, why would they help us?
What are ye up to?
There's more coming.
There's more of them?
Stay back and protect yourselves. We shall handle them.
You see what I mean?
We're sorry. We were too quick to judge.
No harm done. We are simply glad that this misunderstanding has been resolved.
Even so.
I'm sorry, but something important has occurred.
Another one of your premonitions?
Yes, that's right. I saw people crying out for help in what appeared to be a coal mine or some such place.
How can you know of that?
So, you know of what Exia speaks?
When the monsters attack, we have the other villagers take shelter. But that abandoned mine has always been a secret known only to the people of this village.
So this is what makes you the messengers for the Divine.
You say they are divine messengers?
That I do.
Then they truly did travel across the sea from Tessera?
Yes. We did so in order to spread the teachings of the Church of the Crystal.
I'd heard rumors that there were people across the seas who devoted their life to serving some sort of god. I never imagined that would be true, though.
More importantly, right now, we need to hurry to that abandoned mine.
I shall go.
Me too.
No, I don't think that is wise. There is no assurance that this village will remain safe.
You think more monsters might attack?
We cannot rule out such a possibility. It is the reason I prefer you remained here.
I understand. Stay safe.
I shall handle matters at the abandoned mine. Please, show me the way. Are you all right?
Monsters have made it into the mine! Please! You must help the villagers inside!
Of course. I shall see to them. These poor souls. They've already breathed their last. May you rest in peace. There must be other villagers further inside this old mine. I'd best hurry to save them. A scream? It came from deeper within.
You're one of the strangers from before! I beg of you, please help us!
I shan't allow these creatures to harm any of you poor folk!
And we shan't allow you to take all the glory for yourself.
What are you doing here?
The village is safe for now.
How do you know it's safe?
Because we went and cleared out all the other monsters in the area.
Oh,
Exia here's a strong one.
I see. Hopefully this will be the last of them.
The servants of God truly are a godsend.
Servants of God? What do you mean?
Exactly what I said. Our prayers have finally been answered.
Quill, you said that you do not believe in any god. Why is that?
Probably because that kind of faith has never rewarded us.
Oh.
From famine to monster attacks, I've lost count of the number of crises we've endured. Each time we've prayed to whatever god exists, begging that our family and friends be kept safe. But not once have our prayers been answered. That is why I came to think that the very existence of a god was a lie.
But Quill...
Who can fault us? If God exists, why does that God allow monsters to run rampant? And why does that God turn a blind eye when bandits raid our village? None of us have done any evils to deserve our lot in life. All of the villagers, myself included, think this way. That is, until now.
What, pray tell, has changed then?
The two of you appeared, that's what. Your God sent you unto us. I see clearly now. God did not abandon us.
It seems your zeal has affected the villagers.
So it does.
Well, let us head back to the village.
Brother Sodali, come quick!
Whatever is the matter?
Men from the neighboring village have come seeking you!
What have I to do with them?
I know not, but they look like trouble!
I understand. Lead the way.
So you be the man who camest from across the sea?
Indeed. My name is Sodali. I have traveled far, from a land called Tessera, to spread the word of God here in Ardra.
You claim a god exists?
That is the belief I hold, yes. And I would very much like it if you too could come to share that belief. Stand back, Exia.
No, I've not reason to back down.
What do you mean?
The people of the village spoke of this. They said the men of the neighboring village often come offering quarrel.
Is this true?
Aye, and what of it?
Why would you do such a thing?
You wouldn't understand.
If we were to simply talk, I am certain we can come to understand each other. So please, put down your weapons.
That's not going to happen.
What is the meaning of this? It is clear by the way you fight that you did not come here to claim lives.
We're sorry. We didn't mean for things to go this far.
What?
We're of the same mind as the folk here. There's not to be achieved by constant feuding. We actually came here to help when we heard this village had come under attack by monsters. But then...
You did not know Sodali was here.
Aye. We heard this village's folk talk of him so highly. So we wanted to see for ourselves what kind of a man this messenger of God is.
And that is why you challenged Sodali to a battle?
Apologies. 'Twas the only way we knew how.
I am not more than a simple missionary.
Nay, you were much more than that. We had long thought about leaving our homeland to live in some other place. But now that you are here, well...
Then why don't you join us here?
That'd be nice. We truly wish to change.
Please, share with us the teachings of God.
We'll abandon our selfish ways and cooperate with the folk of this village.
You'd be most welcome.
You are most gracious, my lord. Then let us begin by helping you with the construction of that church of yours. How's it look, Brother Sottily? I bet it pales in comparison with the grand churches of your homeland, though.
No. This is magnificent. What a magnificent church we have built. I find myself without the right words to thank you. You have my deepest appreciations.
'Tis too early to be so surprised. Wait till you see inside. Head on in and take a gander. Look here. We made it exactly as you asked.
My heavens.
It's a wondrous sight, indeed.
Can I ask, why does one of the two people facing each other have wings?
It represents the image of God as passed down in the lore of our crystal faith.
The image of God, you say? Very interesting. So our God looks much like the Winged One.
Huh? What Winged One?
Oh, you don't know of him? Well, I myself have only heard about him in stories, though. But anyway, there are people who claim they've seen what looks like a man with wings flying about the skies.
Oh.
You don't think this Winged One could possibly...
I dare to say it. But this Winged One could be God itself.
Truly?
Quill, tell me. How can one find this Winged One?
He's been spotted flying towards the mountains in the northwest on several occasions.
The mountains in the northwest. I must go there. I need to investigate this for myself.
Must it be immediately?
No one in Tessera has actually seen God manifest in physical form. Not even the Supreme Pontiff himself.
So, if you can find this Winged One...
I shall have the honor of being the first person in the Church of the Crystal to look upon the actual face of God. Moreover, I could even receive instruction directly from God.
What an incredible blessing that would be, Sottily!
Especially when we consider my missionary assignment was all but a form of excommunication from the church in Tessera.
In that case, I shall join you.
No, not this time.
But why?
We've only just finished building this church here. We cannot both be absent at a juncture like this. But do not be heavy of heart. I don't expect to find God all that soon.
How does that change anything?
We've only been in Ardra for a short while. I expect I shall need to divide the journey into short expeditions and expand the search area gradually. Therefore, I do not intend to be away from the church for that long a time.
I see.
Great. I shall prepare to set out at once then.
Gilgamesh! Stay strong!
Where is the Realm Scourge now?
I was barely able to seal it away in that cavern beneath us.
I see. I am sorry I had to put you through that.
Not at all. You were the one who put your life on the line to draw it here.
Despite having this armor you crafted for me, I was unable to defeat it in the end. You said you have sealed the Realm Scourge away. How long do you think your seal can hold?
I wish I could say so long as I live. But there are too many uncertain variables.
Does that have anything to do with what you said about the future having been changed?
It is possible.
In that case, we cannot afford to place our hope in a chance meeting with this bearer of light. Not when we have no way of knowing when they shall present themselves. Fortunately, we both have the anti-aging factor embedded within us. Yet, be that as it may, we might have to spend a considerable amount of time here. It could be years, decades, or even centuries.
That is true. It certainly won't be a quiet or peaceful time for us either. For we have much to achieve in the meantime.
What are you searching for?
A crystal.
A crystal? For what purpose would you need that?
Found it.
Judging by its brilliance, it seems to be brimming with magical energy.
You are correct. This is part of the countermeasure I was preparing to repress the Realm Scourge.
That crystal will help us defeat it?
Indirectly, perhaps. If we keep digging in this rubble, we will eventually find another device. One that has the ability to turn back time.
A time machine?
Once this crystal is linked with that device, whoever holds it will be able to return to a set point in time.
Does that mean we could travel back to our future?
Unfortunately, we cannot. You first have to initiate the machine and then specify a restoration point to return to. Only once you have done that can you then release some of the magical energy stored in the crystal to return to the restoration point. The device was not yet active in our home time. Moreover, as the future has been changed, that means this present is also in flux.
So, the world line we are currently on differs from that of where we originally came from.
Simply put, yes.
So then what use are that crystal and device of yours?
From here on out, even if we fail to defeat the Realm Scourge, we will be able to redo our attempt several times over.
The number of reset attempts is limited?
Yes. In order to turn back time, the device has to consume an enormous amount of the crystal's magical energy. We could try to excavate crystals from here in Ardra and extract whatever magical energy there is in them, but
That would require significant labor.
moreover, according to my preliminary survey, there's not that great a reserve of crystals to begin with.
Meaning, once we use up all the magical energy in that crystal, we likely won't be able to return in time anymore. How many attempts do you estimate we have?
The energy consumed with each use changes depending on the amount of time traveled, so I cannot be certain. But it's probably safer to assume it won't be that many. Anyway, I'll keep digging in this rubble in order to find the device and link this crystal to it. Hopefully it won't take that long to uncover. Do you care to help?
Of course. Once we are done, I shall set out to bestow the rings upon the inhabitants of this continent.
The ones that enable the wearers to call forth visions?
If we can gain the cooperation of the people of this land, then the day we defeat the Realm Scourge might be upon us sooner.
Be careful, though. In this present Ardra, you are a stranger of unknown origin. Let's just say it is unlikely you will be welcomed with open arms.
I shall keep that in mind.
What the?
Huh?
I'll go gather the others.
Who goeth there?
This is the land that will one day become Lycaros.
I do not understand the gibberish thou speakest.
Who in damnation art thou?
So this is what Amnelis meant by my being a stranger of unknown origin.
What art thou blabbering on about?
They seem suitably hot-blooded. Let us hope their abilities match their attitude.
Enough of thy ramblings! Prepare thyself!
Interesting.
What witchery is this? Whence did they appear?
Let me test the strength you possess.
What the hell just happened? I've never seen such power.
There is no need for concern. I have not killed your companions. I heard the men of this village are the strongest in all of Ardra. Do you not wish for even more power?
Power? Of what power dost thou speak?
The warriors I called forth. They are an example of what are called visions. If you wish it, I shall impart to you a ring that summons such visions.
Verily?
Yes, but there is one condition.
And what condition is that?
You must unify all of Ardra. And once you have done that, I want you to lend your full might to my cause.
That's it?
That is all I ask. Do not forget the promise you made with me this day.
Where art thou going?
There are other matters to which I must attend. This is the land that will one day be called Horn. Enough. You may raise your heads.
Please have mercy on us. Do what thou wishest with the menfolk. Just please, spare the women and children.
I fear you are mistaken. I have not appeared before you in order to bring you harm.
Then why art thou here?
Soon, Ardra will be embroiled in war.
War?
A village to the west shall invade, wielding a great power. If you refuse to fight back, your village will eventually be swallowed up and destroyed.
Is there no way of avoiding this war?
There is not.
What are those?
Gather your most capable fighters here. Be quick.
We would fight thee?
Yes, in order to judge your resolve.
As thou wishest.
Then let the battle begin. I see you are quite skilled.
We are glad thou art satisfied.
Here, I bestow this unto you.
Didst thou use this ring to call forth those phantom-like mages afore?
Indeed. That ring summons what are called visions. Fight with them alongside you, and your military might will dramatically increase.
Incredible!
Be warned, the warriors from the west are brutal, and will stop at nothing. If you try to resist them with brute force alone, then you will probably be no match.
Then, what should we do? Will we verily be able to protect our village?
You are sagacious. Utilize your wisdom to oppose them.
Understood, my lord.
Use the power of that ring to unite the whole of Ardra. After you have done so, I wish for you to lend me your full might.
We shall gladly do so for the sake of peace in Ardra.
How does it look?
How does what look exactly?
By now, you must have some idea of how this will play out.
From our point of view, the civilizations of Ardra in this age are too underdeveloped. I cannot begin to guess how much military might they would have, even if they were to band together.
Do you think they could defeat the Realm Scourge?
I do not. However, before the Bearer of Light appears, I will need to learn about these forces and understand how to put them in motion.
Yes, I suppose so. The force that puts physical might above all else, or the force that believes it can change the progress of the war with wisdom. Which faction do you think will win? Or should I ask, which faction do you want to win?
Have you not been able to divine that result from your premonitions?
My premonitions do not come at my command. I see them when I least expect them.
Fair enough. I shall not throw my support behind either force. It will achieve nothing to look after one side and help them win. First, we must understand how each force fights and the ways in which they live. That is my way of thinking. I will listen willingly if your opinion differs.
No, I don't have any objections to your plan. It's just...
Just what?
There might be things we do not fully understand if we simply observe them like this from afar. That's all.
I see. You do have a point.
The state of the battle has shifted greatly. It seems that physical might now has the upper hand on wisdom. It's only a matter of time before they claim wisdom's ring, and then it will be all but over. Where are you going?
The battle has been decided. An agreement was made that once they unified Ardra, they would lend me their military might.
So now, you will utilize them in an attempt to take down the Realm Scourge.
You have defeated the leader of the opposing force. The war should be over. Your enemy has surrendered. Why do you not call a ceasefire, now that you have both rings in hand?
Is it not obvious? Until we eliminate all our opposition, we'll never know when they may yet rise up against us.
Even if you annex your enemy's lands, killing all their skilled commanders will not enable you to increase your military might as much as you could.
We've no need for enemy commanders or their ilk, for so long as I have these rings, we are invincible!
Then what became of your pact with me? You agreed that once you unified all of Ardra, you would lend me your military might. Or have you forgotten?
I shall slaughter all who might defy me. Then, and only then, can we say the war is finally over. And if thou hinderest me, well...
You dare turn your swords toward me?
I am the king of Ardra! I shan't be dictated to by the likes of thee!
When the rings are held by separate forces, each side will try to surpass the might of the other, leading to all manner of innovation. But even when one side seizes the other side's ring, they do not call an end to their war. This is due to how powerful those rings are. The king of the unified land will never trust anyone, out of fear that someone will try to steal his precious ring. Not even his allies, or his blood relatives. I wonder how Gilgamesh intends to resolve this problem.
If you renege on your promise to me, then the bloodline of Lycaros will end here and now. You currently have 2 rings in your possession. You will return one of them to me.
Thou presumest that so long as these 2 rings exist, there will be a constant struggle over them?
Return one of the rings. The war is over. You must bring Ardra together as one united force, quickly. For there is a greater enemy you must soon face.
Of what enemy dost thou speak?
It is a foe like none that you have faced before.
Even more powerful than thee, Gilgamesh.
Indeed. I will be waiting. What is it, Amnellus?
Was it really the right course of action to give the people of Ardra 2 rings? I can't help but wonder about this. And then to go and take one of the rings away from them.
How do you judge the results?
It seemed like the right approach for learning of their temperament, but
Go on.
I hate to say it, but this attempt was a failure.
Yes, I already surmised that much.
You knew that already? Then why have we come all this way to Lycaros?
To understand them more intimately.
Okay then. Once you have ascertained all you need to know, then it's time for us to return. I never imagined they would build such a fine castle as this.
It appears to be a result of them possessing a ring.
How so?
The ring bearer receives great power at a cost. For others will attempt to kill them over it.
That is true. A new struggle arises each time someone desires to make the ring's power their own. So this castle was built in order to protect the owner of the ring.
Precisely. Invading other nations with force to increase their dominion is equivalent to sowing the seeds of hate across each land. It is quite ironic that the more influential a leader they become, the less they are able to leave their own castle. Moreover, simply overthrowing an enemy nation does not bring peace and security. They are not satisfied until they kill all who might present a threat of treason. My miscalculation lies in failing to realize just how much distrust the rings would induce in people. The rings do not have the power to cultivate hearts that value harmony. I believe therein lies an issue we need to resolve.
My sentiments exactly. If only there were someone with the ability to win the hearts of people by neither force nor fear.
Who might you be?
'Twas thou who bequeathed that ring unto my father.
You must be the son of the chief of Lycaros.
That I am. I heard that thou tookest back the ring my father relieved from Horn's leader. Is that true?
What if it were?
Give it to me!
Lycaros already has a ring. So why do you require another?
He attempted to kill me. His own son!
Good heavens.
I respected my father and put my very life on the line to fight for him. And this is the treatment I received? He no longer trusteth even his own son. Now it's kill or be killed for me. So give me thine other ring. I shall kill mine old man and become king of these lands. Give it to me!
I will not.
Thou deniest me? So be it. I have naught left to lose. I shall take it from thee by force! What? How can one be so strong? I beg thy forgiveness! I'm too young to die!
Mere moments ago, you said you had nothing to lose.
That was then. This be now.
Is that what sort of man thou hast become?
Father?
Pleading for thy life once thou art bested. To think that such a failure is mine own flesh and blood disgusts me to my core.
Father, I won't defy thee ever again! I promise!
Silence! With that, my preparations are complete.
Preparations, you say?
There is no longer any man left in Ardra who would dare make an attempt on my life. All threats to Lycaros have thus been eliminated. For my son, who was my last remaining concern, has finally met his end. I now have no lingering thoughts about my future.
What madness!
Now then, Lord Gilgamesh. I have unified all of Ardra under me as thou requested. Exactly where is this new enemy thou spoke of? Just point the way, and I can immediately dispatch my great and glorious army to wherever our opponent awaits.
Very well. I shall guide you there.
This is a fool's errand, Gilgamesh.
I am well aware of that. But what if we were to pit this self-declared King's Army against the Realm Scourge? It might serve us well to examine the results.
I guess you are right. While they stand no chance of defeating the Realm Scourge, it will at least be interesting to see what they can achieve.
Who'd have imagined such an expanse of caves existed under Leonis? Thou sayest our foe hideth somewhere down here?
It is just ahead.
What in damnation?
Does the mere sight of it strike you with dread?
Thou sayest this monster is even more powerful than thee?
It is indeed.
So if I defeat this, I shall be equal to the gods!
If that is what you want, I will gladly recognize you as such.
By the by, why does it not move? Has it not noticed our presence yet?
It has, but Amnelis's magic keeps it at bay for now. But once it smells the scent of blood, it will grow ferocious and break through its binding by brute force.
At least that'll make it things interesting. It wouldn't be much to brag about for us to slay a beast who offereth us not resistance. All forces, on my command, charge! Show that unholy demon what the men of Ardra are made of!
They are no match for the frenzied Realm Scourge, which is pretty much what we expected.
Tis useless. We'll never be able to beat this thing. Retreat! Everyone, run for your lives!
It's over.
It would appear that way. Why do you take my hand?
This is the only way to ensure your memories, your soul, are kept intact. Let us return to the past.
Are we back at the restoration point?
Yes.
I seem to have indeed kept my memories of the future.
Thanks to your help last time, I was able to find this door.
And what lies beyond said door?
An underground chamber. Come, I'll show you.
What is all this?
This room was originally built as a shelter. I thought it would be a good place to keep the device out of sight from prying eyes.
A wise idea.
Answering your earlier query, the reason why we were able to maintain our memories from the future after returning to the past is this. The person who holds this crystal and anyone who is touching that person when the device is triggered will return to this point in time with their memories intact.
So, anyone else will have no recollection of that future timeline then?
Precisely.
How much magical energy does your crystal have?
Enough. But
I know. I do not intend to misuse the energy we have. What we were missing in our first attempt was the mutual respect and the desire to cooperate among our candidates. The ability to win people's hearts and minds and bring them together as one. We need to find a means to that end, or someone who can make that happen for us.
yes, maybe that person will turn out to be the very bearer of light we are destined to meet.
Then let us hold off entrusting rings to people, and instead, focus our efforts on locating that individual. It might take years, if not decades, for them to appear where we can locate them. We need to build a base of operations somewhere secluded from the general populace of Ardra.
Yes, I suppose we will be here for some time after all.
In the distant land of Tessera to the south were two bright stars of hope. Braving the raging seas, they reached Ardra and began to spread their faith. Day by day, the crystal faith grew, and soon churches dotted the lands. At one of his churches, Sadali learned something odd from the stained glass. The depiction of God matched that of the Winged One, said to exist in Ardra. That god, Gilgamesh, traversed time itself to destroy the Realm Scourge. Yet his plans did not unfold as he had envisioned, leaving the future hinged on the arrival of one who would bring about miracles, the bearer of light.
So this search also appears to have turned up naught. Several of the villagers said that they had definitely sighted the Winged One around here. I have no reason to doubt them. But Exia must surely be worried about me by now. It has been nearly 10 days since I left the village. I best be heading back soon. It was but a blur, but I saw it. That was no bird. The form of a man gliding across the sky on spread wings. The stories, they were true. Oh, God! Please wait! Your faithful servant journeys to bask in your presence!
How did it go?
It feels like the night before a great battle. As to which countries I should bestow the rings upon, I cannot yet ascertain.
Oh. Somebody's coming.
I do not sense anything. Is this another one of your premonitions? We are on the summit of a steep and craggy mountain. One does not simply wander upon this place. Perhaps the fates guide them, in which case, it may be our bearer of light.
Ah.
Are you able to tell whether they are indeed the light bearer or not?
I see. A light. It is currently a mere glimmer, peeking over the horizon. But soon it could climb skywards and shine upon the earth. Or it could yet grow fearful of the coming night and sink behind the ridgeline. Which will happen? Nobody can tell. For our fates are ever evolving.
So, it is too early to tell whether they will illuminate the world or bring about darkness.
I'm afraid so. But the fact that we need his power remains unchanged. In order to defeat the Realm Scourge once and for all. What do you intend to do?
I shall first ascertain what kind of power he has.
He has to be on the top of this mountain. Monsters! God, grant me the courage to overcome!
Is it I that you seek?
My God! I am your humble servant, Sodali. I came here to Ardra to spread your teachings, my lord. We build churches across the land where we gather the people and preach righteousness and harmony, as well as offer gratitude in your name.
I see. Then you are indeed the one whom we had been searching for.
I never imagined such a place could exist in Ardra.
We have waited centuries for you to appear.
Centuries? Then you truly are the divine. But what could you ever have want of me for?
It would take a long while to explain fully, so I'll keep it simple for now. We come from the future. Or, to put it more correctly, I suppose we were unexpectedly dropped into this era. If that wasn't enough, A great threat was also sent here to Ardra from the future.
A great threat, you say?
We must face that threat and defeat it for the sake of all our futures.
However, the two of us cannot possibly achieve this task on our own. We tried to unify the peoples of Ardra and utilize their combined might to seal away the threat. Yet, it did not prove successful. Their constant desire for more power made them suspect one another, which in turn led to never-ending conflict, even between members of the same flesh and blood. The result was a painful lesson in how consuming man's desire to rule can be. But that also taught us what we ourselves were lacking.
Can gods truly lack anything?
We can.
But what could that possibly be?
You.
Me?
We need the ability to win people's hearts and minds and unify Ardra as one. The one who possesses such an ability is you, Sadali.
I fear you grossly overestimate me. I am nothing more than a simple missionary. But, that said, if there is anything I can do to assist you, I shall gladly carry out whatever it may be. So please, tell me, what would you have me do?
We would like you to keep serving as a leader of your faith and build strong ties with each nation's kings in order to eliminate needless conflicts.
To build bonds with the kings of all the nations? Is one such as I truly capable of so lofty a task?
I shall soon bestow rings upon the kings of two countries.
Rings, you say?
These rings have the power to call forth what stands before you. Visions.
They were visions? Which two kingdoms will you bestow the rings upon?
Horn and Lycaros.
Lycaros, my lord?
Your concerns are warranted. The royal family of Lycaros are cruel and ruthless. We once misjudged them and made a grave mistake.
Then why would you attempt to give them power again?
Ardra's civilizations have matured further since we made that mistake. And moreover, we have you to aid us now. How your presence changes the course of Ardra's future. This is something we would like to see.
If it is within my power, I shall do whatever it is you ask of me. Even if it costs me my life.
We are grateful for your enthusiasm, but be mindful such passion does not burn you out. This task could take decades or possibly even centuries to accomplish.
Centuries, my lady? I am sorry, but unlike you, I am not able to live that long.
Then what would you say if we were able to grant you with eternal youth, just like Amnelis and I possess?
Is such a thing even possible?
It is indeed.
But...
You worry for the one that you love, don't you?
As a priest, I would not phrase it that way, mind you.
Amnelis is occasionally able to catch what we call premonitions. fragmentary glimpses of oracle depicting what the future holds.
Then, you have seen what shall happen to me?
Only you remain young, while your loved one slowly ages and dies. Struggling with that cruel reality, you will not be able to concentrate on what you need to achieve.
Subtly, I think it is best if we also meet the person you hold in your heart.
I believe I understand.
Exia. If this is too great a thing we ask, then please speak your mind. I would prefer to have you by my side in this, but...
I came here to Ardra fully prepared to devote the rest of my life to your cause. If you must live 100 years to see it done, then I shall also live 100 years.
Oh, Exia.
It is as I told you on the ship to Ardra. I saw an image of you standing proudly in a grand cathedral.
Excuse me, what do you mean by saw, exactly?
Exia also occasionally sees fragments of the future. Many a time we have been aided by these premonitions of hers. Is something amiss?
As I said, Amnelis is similarly gifted with the ability to receive premonitions.
The same gift as Exia.
Indeed. I had contemplated what makes you the bearer of light that Amnelis and I have long searched for. I now believe I understand.
What are these?
Bracers that imbue their wearers with anti-aging properties. One for you, and one for Exia.
We thank you both for your kindness and this most blessed gift. I give my word. We shall do our best to live up to your expectations.
And so we begin. The long battle to open the door to the future.
Who goes there?
I am Sadali, from the Church of the Crystal.
I know you. You're the one in charge of all the churches across the land.
Then that makes things easy.
May I make a humble request for an audience with your king?
For what purpose exactly?
Your kingdom is involved in a futile war. We believe problems should be resolved peacefully through dialogue rather than conflicts that kill and maim. It is for this reason I seek an audience.
Then we ask that you leave.
But why ever for?
Do you not know? A good war makes for good gil.
This is about riches?
If we defeat an enemy general, then we receive a great bounty. And there's plenty of other rewards to be had, too.
By that, I hope you do not mean pillaging.
And what of it? Our king wields a ring granted to him by God.
Right. And so long as our kingdom has that, we have naught to fear.
But I hear that Horn too has such a ring.
Does it now? Well, sure, Horn is not a kingdom to be taken lightly. But then...
But then what?
Enough of your talk. This has nothing to do with you.
Be gone! Or else.
Very well. We shall be on our way. I think this should be far enough.
Who might you be? And what are you doing here?
Nothing. Nothing at all.
Surely something must bring you here.
We requested an audience with the King of Ligeros, but we were sent on our way.
Is that so?
You must be soldiers from Rundal.
There's not much of Rundal left for us to be soldiers of.
I see. We are sorry to hear what Ligeros did to your kingdom.
What were you hoping to achieve by your audience with Ligeros' king?
We were hoping to make him understand the stupidity of this war.
Well, that's a fool's errand. All that man thinks about is killing his opponents and plundering them for all they're worth.
Yes. The Ligeros soldiers we just met also seem to be of that same mindset.
Have you tried the King of Horn instead?
We were actually on our way to meet with King Rob of Horn next.
Aha, I see.
Then I shall let you in on a little secret. Wizette has changed allegiances.
Huh?
Can this be true? I thought Wizette was in a firm alliance with Horn.
It was Ligeros' aim to make that alliance collapse from within.
Then what will become of Wizette?
I hear they made a pact with Ligeros to split Ardra in two, east and west, and each rule over their respective sides. But I bet neither Ligeros nor Wizette intend to keep their fair share of the bargain.
This is certainly weighty news. But why are you telling us all this?
I remember you. You're the one who preaches about God at those churches, aren't you?
That would indeed be me.
Something makes me feel that maybe, just maybe, you could do good for the state of these lands. Pay me no heed. I wouldn't want for you to put yourself in danger.
No, I shall do whatever I can. Thank you for the useful information. We shall make haste for Horn.
Indeed. I am sure the King of Horn would be most interested to hear of these tidings.
Well, you two take care then. Here's hoping we may have a world without war someday.
Are you all right, Sottily?
The tyranny of Ligeros continues no matter how many generations come and go. My involvement has not changed a thing.
That is not true. You will bring light into this world ruled by chaos. I know it.
Thank you for your unfaltering faith, Exia. You're right. It's not just the common folk. Even those former soldiers of countries ravaged by Lycoros wish for peace.
Exactly. And that is why we must press on to Horn.
Agreed. Once we inform King Rob of Wazet's betrayal, he will surely lend us his aid. Then the number of people suffering under the tyranny of Lycoros should decrease.
That's the spirit. You must have more confidence in yourself.
All right then. Let us hurry over to Horn and inform King Rob of these affairs.
Well met, Sadali. Do you still continue your pilgrimages across the lands preaching respect for righteousness and the need for peace?
I do, Your Majesty. As a neutral presence in Ardra, that is but all our humble church can do.
Ha ha ha. There is no need for such modesty. I too have the heartfelt hope that war shall one day be vanquished from this world, just as you advocate. I might not be the mightiest of kings, but if there is anything I can do for you, just say the word.
You are too kind, Your Majesty. But there is one matter.
What is it? You may speak freely.
It is in regard to King Kuri of Wazet.
King Kuri? I am due to meet with him soon to discuss the state of our alliance.
Well, I have heard rumors that Wazet has shifted its allegiances to Lycoros. King Kuri is known for being cold-hearted and calculating.
You wish to say that we should end our alliance with Wazet?
Well, not exactly. The shortcut to defeating Lycoros would be to eliminate Kuri and assume command of any remaining Wazet forces. Your Majesty?
No more than mere moments ago, you stated that your church was a neutral presence. But what you just said proves to the contrary, in that you would have Lycoros destroyed.
That's because many people will suffer if we leave Lycoros to its own devices.
What's to say that you, yourself, are not in league with Lycoros?
Why, I would never!
No kingdom other than Lycoros would find joy in sowing such seeds of discord between Horn and Wazet. I apologize if I made you uncomfortable. But to back one side or another while touting neutrality is not an act to be lauded. Even if what you suggest is correct, I do not think I will be heeding such counsel.
I am deserving of your reprimand. I was out of line, and for that, I am deeply sorry.
So long as you see the way of things. But do not fear. Horn possesses the ring Gilgamesh bestowed upon us. No matter what Kuri schemes, we shall be able to handle it.
King Rob spoke true and fair, but if we leave Lycoros' tyranny unchecked, Ardra will suffer more than just ongoing turmoil. This land will never stand a chance against the great threat that Gilgamesh spoke of. We are doomed unless something is done. I must live up to the expectations Gilgamesh has for me, no matter the cost.
I am so sorry.
Why do you apologize, Exia?
If only I could have one of my premonitions in times like these.
But do not blame yourself. You have always been there for me when I've needed you. But I cannot continue to be so dependent on you in my times of need.
But
I think we should try going to Wazette.
to Wazette?
Yes. It is time to talk to King Kuri in person.
I guess you are right. If Kuri were to know that we are aware of Wazette's betrayal...
He might just give up on the idea.
Then it is off to Wazette we go.
What is it? Exia? These are Wazette's forces. Could this be King Kuri himself?
A rare sight on the road indeed.
It is an honor to finally meet you, Your Majesty. I am Sodali.
I know who you are. Be brief with your business.
Huh?
You want something of me, do you not?
Wazette is one of the great kingdoms of Eastern Ardra. Your actions have repercussions on the fates of many citizens. I beg you, for the sake of peace, please refrain from carrying out futile wars.
For the sake of peace, you say?
Yes, Your Majesty.
We shall have peace everlasting once I, Kuri, become the ruler of all of Ardra.
Sodali?
Do you plan to kill King Rob?
What?
No, Sodali. This isn't wise.
King Rob is fully aware that Wazette is in bed with Lycaros. I believe the only road to peace is for you to uphold your alliance with Horn and stand with them against Lycaros. Please do not jest in such a way.
And if this is no manner of jest, what then?
No!
Why would you?
Punishment. I know you whispered your words in the ears of Rob. Do not fear, priest, for I shall not finish you off just yet. You follow the teachings of your god, you say? How laughable. I, Kuri, am God. Or at least one day I shall be. Someday soon. It is a certainty. And once I have shown the world my divine power, only then shall I have you executed.
Why do you do this? What is it that makes you so cold-hearted and cruel? Tell me, is there not even a shred of love or compassion for your fellow man left in your heart?
If you had come kowtowing at my feet falsehoods, then even I would have lent you my ear. However, I see what is really going on here. You use your church as cover to collude with the Winged One in a plot to kill me, the Great Kuri! But mark me! I shall slaughter all who oppose me, for that is my way! What is it?
A report, Your Majesty. We have received word that Lycaros and Horn have opened hostilities.
Earlier than I had expected. I'd better not tarry here any longer.
What would you have us do with these two, Your Majesty?
Throw them in the castle dungeon, for all I care.
Yes, Your Majesty.
Run, Exia!
I cannot leave you!
You must report this to Gilgamesh at once! Go!
I will come back to save you!
Forget about her.
As you command.
You're coming with us back to Azet Castle. Get moving. Why, you...
I cannot allow you to imprison me! I must stop these futile wars! It's no good. I shall never make it in time. And alas, I am all but certain King Rob will have met his end at the hands of Kuri by now. It is all my fault. In my eagerness to stop Kuri, I revealed too much to him. Why must it be like this? Why do our best laid plans fail so? Gilgamesh, my God, has placed his expectations in me. And yet, I have failed to live up to those expectations. No. We cannot be certain just yet. Kuri might not get his way. Even if he were to kill King Rob, Horn's forces would respond in opposition to him. Yes, that's it. Even Kuri must realize that if he were to perform such an act before the war is decided, then his own life would be at risk. King Rob may yet live. All is not lost. I must make haste to the battlefield.
Your king is dead.
You lowly...
Oh? There are yet those who would stand against me? Then remember this. We have your newborn prince. His name is Dario, I believe. Listen well, soldiers of Horn! Do you detest the Great Kuri? Hate me all you want! But remember, we are in the middle of a war with the mighty kingdom of Lycaros to the west! If you want your revenge on me and to take your kingdom back, then you must first defeat Lycaros! For if you do not do so, your final hope, young Prince Dario, shall perish.
We are too late. What have I done? Instead of ending this war, I have made it worse. This cannot be good.
We've been looking for you, subtly.
We have orders from King Kuri. Orders to kill you by the most brutal means possible.
Father Sadali, what brings you to our remote village? And what grievous wounds you have! Quickly, let us carry him into the village. We need to tend his wounds immediately. What is wrong?
Out of the way. Hand the priest over, if you know what's good for you.
Never.
You dare defy us?
Do not do this. Spare your own lives and hand me over to Wazette. They will kill you if you disobey them.
We cannot do such a thing.
That's right. We could never hand you over to the likes of them.
I am whom these soldiers want. They have no interest in your village.
Father Sadali!
No! What have you done? Why would you do such a terrible thing? Why cannot you be satisfied with just taking my life?
Isn't it obvious? You only have yourself to blame for causing us so much trouble. So we are going to make you suffer as much as we can before we put you out of your misery. We shall drag every single villager out here and end their miserable lives right in front of you, nice and slowly.
Please, no. Exia.
I'm here!
Fool! You escaped with your life only to throw it away again!
We've been searching for you, Sadali. We did not expect you would have escaped to such a remote place.
What of Gilgamesh?
We split up in order to better search for you. But even then, we couldn't find you. Just when I was at a loss, I had a premonition.
So that is how you found me here?
It's going to be all right. I shall deal with these curs.
You're going to deal with us, you say? Don't make me laugh. You'd be sorely mistaken if you think this is all of us.
There's so many.
It's too dangerous, Exia. Escape while you still can.
You will go nowhere but the grave!
Exia!
Now prepare to die. So much for being the messenger of God. The Winged One!
It appears we are too late.
My head... It feels like it has been split open. Where am I? How did I come to be here? Where is Exia? And what of those villagers?
There is no need to worry. Exia lives. And that befell you no longer happened.
What do you mean by that? My head!
My apologies for what you are experiencing.
What in the heavens happened? The last thing I remember was being chased and fleeing to a remote village. Then those Wazette soldiers appeared. And Exia came to save me. But then, we were both...
We have turned back time.
Incredible. Are the two of you capable of transcending time itself?
Allow me to explain it as simply as I can.
So, if I have this correct, by using the power of that crystal, you are able to return to this exact point in time with your memories intact. But each occasion you reset time, it consumes the magical energy stored in the crystal. Therefore, the number of times you can perform such temporal resets is limited.
Yes, that is the gist of it.
It is possible, even for those who lose their lives, to return with their memories intact. But a soul that experiences death is ultimately damaged. Should it go through the process too many times, the mind will begin to deteriorate.
Then, this pain I feel coursing through my head.
It is the scream of your very soul.
So that is why you gave me your apologies just before.
We could have reset time with you losing all memory of what had transpired, just like Exia has done. But doing so would leave us no wiser, and only having wasted our time.
I understand your decision. I shall view this as punishment. Divine punishment, in fact, for my inadequacy to properly carry out God's will. As for Exia, I am thankful knowing that she does not remember what befell her. I erred greatly in ways that could not be undone. Even if it harms my mind and soul, it is better that I maintain the memories of those mistakes, lest I repeat them again.
We are thankful for your understanding. However, I implore you not to go beyond what you or your soul can bear.
I shall be careful.
Everything fell apart again this time, due to the unbridled actions of Lycaros and Wazette.
We will need to do something about those two kingdoms in order to avoid a similar fate.
But what is that something we need to do?
A most vexing question.
It is as Sadali says. Those two countries are an impediment to our unification of Ardra. However, we cannot assume that simply eliminating them will be the solution.
Because other countries might similarly rise up in their place?
Indeed. Perhaps we should wait until the next generation is ready, before conferring the rings once more.
That makes sense. With the passing of more generations, we can expect greater fruition from civilization. And what if we were to try bestowing the rings on just one kingdom for a change? We had worked on the assumption that when we give the rings to two different countries, it creates competition between them, which in turn stimulates their evolution. But it is only natural for a sense of impending danger to develop when another country possesses great power. And as a result, the outbreak of war becomes an inevitability.
In that case, it could be an interesting strategy to try giving a ring to just one prudent kingdom.
That is my belief.
What do you think about Heindler?
I have no objections. The royal family of Heindler is said to have the proud blood of the dragon in their veins, for what it's worth.
Then so be it. Let us begin work putting this new design into action.
My father was slain by Lycaros. Now, I sit upon the throne of Heindler. I am sure many of you have concerns about my lack of experience on the battlefield. However, I ask that you believe in the proud blood of the dragon, and lend me your support. The Winged One. For what reason would he come here?
How dare you trespass? Leave now or suffer the consequences. Such strength.
Damn you!
Stand down. Lord Gilgamesh, what is the meaning of this?
This ring has the power to call forth these visions.
Visions? Do you mean those phantom-like soldiers you summoned to your side?
Take it.
Why would you give me such a ring?
Because I have faith in the blood of the dragon. The whole of Ardra faces a great threat the likes of which has never been seen before. In order to stand against that threat, the great houses of Ardra must come together and fight as one.
And you would have me be the one to unite them?
Are you saying you are unable?
No. If it is to protect Ardra, then I shall gladly do so.
Then I place my hope in you.
The Winged One has placed the fate of Ardra in my hands. What's more, he has granted me his divine power. We no longer have anything to fear from Lycaros. We march! Let us take Lycaros in one fell swoop!
Interesting. So, the Winged One appeared in Heinler and bestowed Oberon with a ring that has mysterious powers.
Yes, Father. The information appears highly credible.
For someone who is revered as a god to throw his support behind a single kingdom, it is surely a sign that he is up to some manner of wicked scheme. I suspect Heinler will approach Horn in order to better stand against Lycaros. In which case, we shall form an alliance of our own, with Leonis and Ovis.
Ovis will not be much of an issue. However, Leonis may require some persuasion.
And I have just the thing to persuade them. I am all but certain Gilgamesh is colluding with the Church.
Yes, Father. I also feel that is the case.
And what is the Church's objective then? What meaning is there to their needless interventions and disruption of Ardra's power balance? Sadly must be utilizing his divine favor to repaint Ardra's power map with the aim of becoming the leader of all the land.
But without proof to back up such a claim.
Oh, I have proof.
Really?
Surely you have also noticed it. Sadly and Exi have not aged a single day since the time that I was but a boy. For a certainty, that must also be the doing of Gilgamesh.
And you think that is how Sadali has ceased to age?
A self-appointed messenger of the divine who has been bestowed with everlasting youth now actively intervenes in the wars of this land. Is this for the sake of peace? Surely not. It has to be a ploy to dominate us.
If that is true, then we cannot allow Sadali to have his way.
We need to expose his little secret, and if possible, steal his power away from him. Glaciella, will you do this for your father?
Leave it to me. You openly accepted my lowly birth and my family, Father.
My dear Glaciella, you are a wise and bold warrior who has inherited my own blood. There is none other worthy of taking the throne of Wizette after me.
I have long been prepared to lay down my life for you any time it is required, Father. I shall capture Sadali and bring his secrets to light. I swear it upon my name.
The talks have ended. then we are to side with Wizette and Ovis?
Indeed. I have agreed for us to join the Alliance. Our common enemy is the united forces of Heinler and Horn. And to further solidify our alliance, King Kuri had another manner of proposal. He wants you, Stern, to marry his daughter Glaciella. What bothers you?
It would have been nice to have my brother here right now.
So Mont stepped away, did he? His dislike of battle has long been a thorn in our family's side.
Up to now, he has only displayed passive resistance. But this time, it's different.
What do you mean? Has he not merely hid himself away, as usual?
He has run away to join the church. It seems he has been swayed by Sadali's advocacy of peace, and wishes to aid Sadali in uniting Ardra.
That fool of a boy! The church maintains a neutral public face, yet is secretly in league with Heinler, and has also won Horn over to its side. According to King Kuri, Sadali is conspiring with the Winged One to rule all of Ardra.
Father, is there no way to avoid this war?
I fear it is no longer possible.
I see. And when the time comes, allow me to deal with the traitor that is my brother.
Your resolve is admirable, my son. Now there's little time to lose. We must see to our preparations for the coming war.
Yet another great war that shall divide Ardra in two begins. I devoted myself wholeheartedly in my dealings with the great houses, and yet... Am I at fault here? Was I wrong in my ways? What was it that I lacked? Once this war starts, there will not be a king left who will lend an ear to my words. They will be too busy fighting. And what for? Simply to win? To survive? To kill their enemies? Do I even have a purpose to serve anymore? Why, if it isn't Prince Mont of Leonis?
I am no longer any Prince of Leonis, I'm afraid.
What do you mean?
I abandoned my homeland and hurried to join you here, my lord.
And why would you do that?
Surely you can guess. Not good ever comes from war. Lord Mont was deeply impressed by those very words of yours.
Oh.
Lord Mont tried his best to persuade his father of that, but King Alda would have nothing of it. It seems that King Alda believes you and the Winged One are conspiring to rule over all of Ardra.
I am not fond of conflict, but whenever I express that to my father, he invariably dubs me a coward. Father does not understand me. But if the need arose, I would gladly give my life for the sake of my homeland. I do not lack for resolve. It's just... this war is not a battle to protect our people. It is nothing more than bloodshed to sate the cravings of men. I cannot ask the members of my division to throw away their lives for such a cause. This is why I have come to you, Lord Sadali.
My dear Lord Mont.
Sorry, but I'm not sure we have time to be chatting. I heard report of Wizette's forces heading for this church. We should hurry and move on while we still can.
I cannot run away and leave the villagers here to fend for themselves.
We tarried too long.
We should probably assume reinforcements will keep on coming as well.
I fear so. We need to break through this vanguard and escape the church. Then we can try to make our way out of the village. Please do not stray from our side, Lord Sodley.
Understood.
Glaciella.
It appears I misjudged you, Mont. I did not care that you hated battle, but to abandon your homeland and run away to join the church. So you are not even going to attempt to justify your actions. Hand over Sodley or else!
Lord Mont! I shall not back down, Lilith. Not ever.
I shall hold you to those words, brother.
Stern, I can handle this in your stead.
You needn't worry for me, Glaciella. My brother and I have known this day would come. Isn't that right, Mont?
It's how it has to be.
Lord Mont, you are brothers. This isn't right.
Step aside, Lilith.
But Lord Mont... As you command. I guess this means we really are no longer citizens of Leonis.
Stern.
There is naught to worry about. I know my brother's skills with the sword better than anyone. I assure you, there is no conceit in my words. In truth, I all but tremble at the prospect of finally fighting my brother for real. Let us do this! Now to settle things, once and for all!
I shall not be beaten!
Well fought, brother. If only we could have fought side by side against the great houses instead. Subtly! That leaves just you!
It would seem this is as far as it goes. Amnelis?
I'm sorry.
Did you have another of your premonitions?
Hexia is in danger.
No!
Then we had better deal with matters here swiftly.
So the wire puller finally shows himself!
I am sorry, but we do not have time for this. I shall wipe away our foes, so that we may return to the laboratory without delay.
The fire is too fierce!
Hexia!
Suddenly!
What happened here?
Exia! Exia! Wake up! Exia! No!
Subtly, is Exia all right? Oh no. If only I had stayed with her, this wouldn't have happened.
No, Amnelis. You are not to blame. This is all his fault.
His fault?
Do you intend to stop me? Or are you going to remind me about turning the other cheek?
Who do you mean when you say it is all his fault?
What good would it do you to know? Would you lend me a hand in seeking my revenge?
I cannot help you fight a personal grudge. We are in a position where we must be open to all possibilities. We cannot show favoritism to one military force over all others, or harbor animosity to them either.
A personal grudge? Are we not comrades? Fighting on the same side for the future of Ardra? Please do not try to stop me.
Subtly.
You mean to remind me that if we turn back time, then none of this will have happened. And we could do it all over again, if only we do not keep our memories of it. No. His sins will not be erased. He will not get away with this so easily. I am going to punish him for what he has done. And I do not care whether you reset time so that it never happened. Exia's suffering and sorrow, and my wrath, I shall carve them into his very soul. So get out of my way!
Why didn't you stop him? If Sottile becomes consumed with vengeance, he will no longer be able to unify the populace. You can still stop him before it's too late.
No, we should turn back time.
You are probably right. Doing so will certainly undo Exia's death. But what will become of Sottile's feelings?
What was the goal of the enemy who attacked this laboratory? And what manner of plan have they put into motion unbeknownst to us? If we do not learn these things, our future efforts may yet again be impeded.
Then you mean for Exia to keep her memories?
Yes. It will put her through considerable duress, but it is the only way to learn what exactly happened here. I trust you do not object.
I guess there is no other way. But still, I think we should at least do it before Sottile bloodies his hands with anger and hatred. Even if we make it so that none of it ever happened, I do not want him to fall to such a place.
Another premonition. What did you see?
Nothing. Just darkness, without the slightest trace of light.
Exia! Are you all right? Exia.
I shall be fine.
But... Is it your head again? Does it hurt?
Yes, but it feels like the worst has passed.
Something is not right. We were meant to give only one ring to the King of Heinler, so that the major powers would come together under his leadership. Why did we suddenly abandon that plan before any conclusion was reached? When I asked Gilgamesh, he would not answer me. And now you suddenly suffer from what appear to be some kind of seizures that steadily grow worse. Tell me, Exia, what has happened that I do not know about?
Nothing. Nothing at all.
You lie. There is something you are hiding from me.
You worry too much. I am just as fine as ever.
What is it you aren't telling me, Exia?
Oh, there you are.
Oh, Amnilus.
I have some good news. I'm thinking we should build a grand church on this spot.
Why here, of all places?
Well, I was thinking that it's a little risky leaving the laboratory so accessible. If we build a church over it, it will make it far more difficult for anyone to get near the time machine.
I see. That is a splendid idea.
I'm glad you find joy in the prospect. Perhaps you could speak to the villagers about it and have them begin work tomorrow.
Very well. Why is Amnilus eager to build a church here all of a sudden? If we build a church, it will make it difficult for anyone to get near the time machine. Did somebody find this place when I was not aware? When I was not aware? No. Perhaps I was aware, but forgot it ever happened. Wait. That's something I felt Exia knew, but I did not. And then her headaches. They could be the result of only one thing. Good heavens.
How has your health been since we last spoke?
Okay, I guess.
I am sorry to have put you through that. We needed your memories kept intact in order to understand what happened here. And thanks to that, we learned that Kuri raided this laboratory with hopes to steal your anti-aging bracer. I knew he was cunning, but even the bracers did not slip his attention. Yet that was not due to any error on the part of us four. Which means Kuri may indeed uncover the secret of the bracers once again.
There is one thing that concerns me. I fear that, sooner or later, Sadali shall realize that I have memories of my own death. No matter how hard I continue to try and hide it from him, he will eventually notice even the littlest of signs. And once he does realize, I worry that it will become a cause for division between you and he.
Long ago, I lost someone that I cared for deeply.
Oh?
Even now, the image of her dying face sometimes haunts my dreams. I do not wish Sadali to suffer his own unforgettable torment any further.
Any further? You mean he has suffered my loss before?
Yes, several times, in fact.
You do not need to worry about us. We have remained resolute since the day we left Tessera. That we no longer live for ourselves, but only to help others. We knew that we would surely be hurt along the way. But I have Sadali to support me, just as he has me. So fear not. We shall overcome any hardship that comes our way.
My apologies, nonetheless.
Do not worry. We will be all right. However, I think it better we say nothing of this to Sadali, or Amnelis for that matter.
So you want to bestow 3 rings this time. 1 each to Wazette, Rundal, and Horn? I guess that if we create a 3-way deadlock, it may prevent one country from getting out of hand.
With the major powers keeping each other in check, they may come to depend on you all the more as a mediator.
That said, I do not think we can expect much from furnishing Wazette with a ring. Perhaps it would be wiser to confer just 2 rings, one on Rundal and one on Heinler. Or we could try entrusting rings to Horn and Ovis, then have them keep Lycaros and Wazette in line while making contact with Heinler.
No. Let us follow my plan to bestow a ring upon each of Wazette, Rundal, and Horn this time.
So, my opinions are not worth lending an ear to?
This is not true.
Then does that mean we have already tried the option I proposed? And I merely have no recollection of us doing so?
What is it you mean to say?
Nothing at all. Forget what I said. We have asked the villagers to build a church here, so construction work should soon begin.
I see. But that alone may not provide the momentum required.
Actually, I am thinking that once I have enough churches and believers, I might make for Wazette.
Do not tell me you intend to wait until Kuri's generation comes about, so that you may utilize his influence.
It almost sounds like you are telling me not to attempt it. Kuri is a cruel and cunning king, that is for sure. However, we cannot ignore the ability he has to create a strong, unified Wazette.
Were you not once pursued by the forces of Wazette and nearly killed?
Yes, I remember it well. They chased me to a remote village where they did, in fact, kill me. Why? Do you think I might be so foolish as to repeat the same mistake?
You must proceed carefully, is all I am saying.
I am fully aware of that.
Oh, Sadali. Why do I feel so uneasy about this?
What brings you here, priest?
Wazette is one of the great kingdoms of Eastern Ardra. Your actions have repercussions on the fates of many citizens. I beg you, for the sake of peace, please refrain from carrying out futile wars. Curse my tenacity if you must, but it shall not stop me from pleading this cause to you again.
Again? This is the first time you have pleaded your cause to me.
Of course, yes. This is the first time we have met, indeed. I kowtow at your feet. And I do so without speaking any falsehoods. I beg you, please, for the sake of Ardra, use your power to put an end to these needless wars.
The answer is no.
Oh. Even though I accord you every courtesy, Your Majesty?
Do you really think the likes of you could move me, the great King Kuri, with whatever piffling words you regurgitate? Seize him!
What is the meaning of this?
You shall tell me why you are really here.
Huh? It is as I said. I simply wish that Wazette ceases carrying out futile war.
If you do not wish to give me a straight answer, then so be it.
I am answering you honestly, Your Majesty, without any falsehoods.
Then allow me to ask a different question. What shall you do once our wars are no more? Do you think we shall all live happily ever after?
Well,
Ah, suddenly you lose your way with words. You and the Winged One are scheming some kind of treachery together. Admit it.
No, that is not true!
A moment ago, you said that you speak without any falsehoods. Those words themselves were not the truth, were they? Answer me, priest!
Very well. I shall tell you the honest truth. There appears to be a great threat, sealed away in a cavern beneath Leonis.
Oh, a great threat, you say? Now things are getting interesting. And what exactly is this great threat that you speak of?
I do not know. I tell the truth. Gilgamesh has not explained that much to me.
And what does the Winged One intend to do with this great threat?
He says we must defeat it.
Defeat it?
Yes. Lest that threat devastate all the lands of Ardra and beyond. In order to eliminate this great threat, we need to unify the great houses of Ardra to stand together.
Interesting. How very interesting, indeed.
Interesting?
I have seen through your little ploy. As long as this great threat, or whatever Gilgamesh calls it, exists, he is not able to lay hold of Ardra. And thus he intends to use us to eradicate that thorn in his side.
No! You are dearly mistaken!
Lishella! Are you there?
Here I am, Father.
The priest says there lies a cavern under Leonis. Take Akito and investigate it at once.
Understood, Father. But what shall we expect to find in there?
Some manner of great threat, it seems. Find it, and release it from its seal.
You cannot be serious! You shall doom us all!
Let us use that so-called threat to wipe out Lycaros and Horn. Once those two kingdoms are razed, there will be none left to stand in the way of Wazette.
As you command, Father.
You mustn't do this! Kuri!
That is the great King Kuri to you.
You said to me,
If you had come kowtowing at my feet without speaking falsehoods, that even I would have lent you my ear. You don't remember. Or rather, you don't know that you told me. But you did. Word for word, that is what you said to me. And thus, I came here before you. Yet you merely string a bunch of perfunctory words together to fit the then and there. Do you not even realize how cruel and cold-hearted your actions are?
What in heavens are you blabbering about, priest?
You do not understand. But how could you? I finally realize now. No matter what words I use to try and convince you, you will never comprehend them. It is useless to waste words on one such as you. I should have delivered my message with force from the outset.
Force? I shall show you force, priest! Impossible.
You make light of me as a mere preacher. But I have lived many times. No, dozens of times. Longer than you. And I have grown. Now I shall cast out the corruption that defiles your flesh!
Sodali! You're alive, aren't you? After you set out for Wizette, I dedicated myself to helping the believers at the church. But I was so worried about you that I could not concentrate on my work. And then I had a premonition, and I saw you. In that glimpse of the future, your face. It was dyed crimson with the blood of others, and you were smiling. I could not fathom what in the heavens had happened. So I came here with Gilgamesh. Please, Sodali, what happened here? Sodali?
Was this your doing?
It was quite the simple feat, if you must know. As we repeated the cycles of time, my soul and my command over magic developed so rapidly. In the end, it seems I did not have to use words to convince these people at all.
Sodali.
The answer was force. Why, even men like this can be made to listen with the application of a little force.
Do you truly mean the words you speak? Answer me, Sodali.
What would you have had me do? If I had merely been insulted, I would have endured it. But this was no mere insult. He meant to end my life! The pain I felt, and the fear! Can you even begin to imagine what it was like?
Oh.
I approached Kuri in good faith. But he was not but a wretch. I did exactly what he had asked of me. I kowtowed at his feet without speaking falsehoods. And yet, despite that, Kuri had no intention of lending his ear to my petition from the outset. You expressly chose me to do your bidding. Yet what use am I? Do you even need one such as I to begin with? Is there really any necessity to seek audience with men like Kuri? To be obsequious to them with fake smiles and fawning pleasantries? Is this what you chose me for? Is this the role of your divine messenger?
I sense a disturbance. Suddenly, what else have you done?
I was all but tortured by that rotten king. The pain was too much, and I broke. I told him the truth. That there is a great threat lurking in a cavern beneath Leonis.
Did Wazette dispatch soldiers to go search for it?
Yes, I believe so.
We had best head there at once.
I am coming with you.
But you are in no state to...
I need to reap what I have sown.
So, it has awoken.
Are you okay? You look ghastly pale.
It is nothing. I shall be all right.
It appears the forces of Wazette breached the cavern where the Realm Scourge was sealed and awoke it.
So its instincts have reacted to the scent of their blood, allowing it to break through its bonds and ravage its way here to the surface. Now none will be able to stop it.
I shall fight it.
To what end?
But it's suicide!
The moment you use that crystal of yours, it will all be as if none of this ever happened. Hence, you can afford to be callous in the way you treat us, all like pawns.
Subtly.
You are God, so perhaps it is only natural for you. But I am a mere mortal. When I see people get hurt, lose all hope, and call out for help, I cannot turn my back on them.
Subtly, wait! I shall go with you.
If you wish to use your crystal, then by all means, do so. But I choose to fight. Even if it is a battle I know I cannot win.
Poor Sottily.
It is my fault for not guiding him on the correct path. I wish to spare these two of the great burdens we continue to force upon them.
Then, should we consider removing their anti-aging bracers?
That may be what it takes. Sottily and Exia belong to this land of Ardra. Merely having a few people who live forever exist here is enough to upset the natural order of things.
I shall not allow you to do that. You were hasty to assume I was dead.
Let me take care of your wounds.
That will not be necessary.
But Sottily...
Do you intend to abandon us?
That is not what motivates me.
But the result will be the same, regardless. I care not if you use the crystal to turn back time. But no longer will I be forced to redo my life each time you do so. Even if that very fact, too, can be made to have never happened. We are not pawns used to bring about your preferred future. We are humans who are living in the here and now.
Do you regard me with contempt?
Contempt? Heavens, no. I still believe you are God. I simply no longer have any interest in worshiping you any further.
Eventually, that will lead you to desire to kill me instead.
What?
You cannot tell Sottily that, Gilgamesh!
I care not any longer.
What do you mean? That I shall desire to kill you?
You have turned on me with intent to kill in the past. Several times, in fact. Not that you remember. Or should I say know of any of those times.
Is that so? So, you have indeed been turning back time on us, without our knowledge. Fear not, for I understand. Despite my outbursts, you have faith in what I can do for our cause, which is why you made it so none of this ever happened. But why do you share this with me now? Is it because you intend on making it as if this very conversation never happened as well?
You have the right to choose.
The right to choose what?
If you wish to remember what happened during this cycle, then grab onto my ankle. So you chose to remember. I shall respect your decision.
What does he mean? Did the three of you return in time without me? What happened?
Let us just say that we had a falling out.
What?
But you can rest assured, I have not given up on our goal of defeating the Realm Scourge.
Then what do you intend to do?
It is impossible to move the hearts of men merely with vague utterances of fear and despair.
Then you intend to spread the word of the Realm Scourge's existence far and wide?
Indeed I do.
I see.
And I shall do so, no matter how much you protest.
We have also considered that approach, of course. But there is a reason we cannot follow through with it.
And what, pray tell, is that reason?
I saw the future that decision brings about. As knowledge of the Realm Scourge's existence and the fear it inspires spread, people fell into a state of panic. It is only to be expected, mind you. The Realm Scourge is a weapon that can wipe out entire nations in but one night. Not only is it capable of unparalleled destruction, it inspires chaos and confusion, instilling nightmares in the hearts of the living. In the future I saw, the people created a terrifying weapon of their own to fight back with.
A weapon to defeat the Realm Scourge?
Yes.
The Mournblade, forged by Misachika.
So you hesitate to spread the word of the Realm Scourge's existence, in fear that it will inspire the creation of this Mournblade?
Precisely.
Exia! What in heavens just happened to you?
You saw it too, didn't you?
Tell me, Exia, what did you see just now?
It was a future so terrifying I wish I could not recall. The creation of the Mournblade spurned the Realm Scourge to become something even more dreadful. An endless cycle of killing went on and on, raising not just these lands, but even spreading to the total destruction of other planets.
Unbelievable.
It is for that very reason we refer to the Realm Scourge only as a great threat when dealing with the general populace. Of course, the future that Amnelis and Exia have seen may not be set in stone. Our actions and behavior affect the future in all manner of ways. However,
your crystal's light grows dimmer.
Yes, that's right. It only has a small amount of magic left in it.
which means we can no longer turn back time anymore.
So the next deaths we meet will be our final, actual deaths.
I'm afraid so. And not just ours, but that of all the people of Ardra. Knowing this, do you still intend to carry out your plan?
Well, we cannot just leave the Realm Scourge sealed away in that cavern forever.
That we cannot. Even though we possess eternal youth, it does not mean we are undying.
Perhaps we should steer the course of the future so that the Mournblade is never forged.
Make the existence of the Realm Scourge common knowledge, while preventing the creation of the blade, can it be done?
If you permit Exia and I to keep our eternal youth, then I think it can be achieved.
Is that so?
I shall see to the founding of an arms dealers guild to monitor the activities of all the weaponsmiths.
An arms dealers guild, you say?
The looming threat of the Realm Scourge is what puts the creation of the Mournblade into motion. But I believe we can use the very knowledge of that great threat to instead unite the people of Ardra. Once Ardra is united, conflicts will become less frequent, and the need for large amounts of arms will become reduced.
Which in turn will make it easier to keep track of the weaponsmiths. What do you think, Amnelis?
The plan does have a certain logic to it.
Allow me to ask you this instead. Do you have any better strategies at this point? As it seems you do not, I shall pursue my course then, even if it costs me my life. And should you wish to stop me, then I suggest you just cut me down.
Wait. According to Amnelis's premonition, the Mournblade shall be forged some 80 years from now.
I shall bear that in mind. And thank you. It is good to see you all again at long last.
We were starting to think that you'd been spending so much time in that cathedral of yours that we'd become a distant memory.
I could never forget about any of you.
"'Twas but a jape. Just thought if we didn't knock you back to size, we might not ever see you again. But Brother Soddely, if you wish for us to gather, would it not be better to meet in the church?
I am sorry, but there is little time for that. Please, allow me to speak to you all here. There is a great threat about to engulf all the lands of Ardra.
A great threat? Please do not frighten us so, Brother Soddely.
This threat is known as the Realm Scourge. This fearful entity can incinerate whole villages and forests, and devour people as if they are nothing. Over 100 soldiers could attack it all at once, but it would be to no avail.
Brother Soddely! Why would you tell us such a terrible thing? Can't ye see everyone trembles in fear now?
It is the truth that I speak unto you.
The truth? But...
The Realm Scourge will scorch the earth across all of Ardra. And not a single soul shall survive in the wake of its destruction.
Then what do we do? Surely ye don't mean for us to sit around waiting for this monster to kill us? Say something, Brother Soddely! Tell us how we can be saved!
There is only one road to salvation.
What would you have us do?
We must bring more followers into the light of our crystal faith and construct more churches.
Aren't there enough churches already? Why, the neighboring village just finished building theirs the other day!
We still need many, many more.
But why could you need so many?
The more followers we gather, the more we shall be able to influence the leaders of the great houses. The reason the rulers of each country do not take us seriously is because we do not have many believers behind us. However, if we build churches, spread the teachings of God throughout each nation, and convert the majority of their populations,
then they shall lend ear to what we have to say, eh?
Precisely.
Wait, so you told us that tale of the great monster to motivate us then?
No, that was no tall tale. What I told you was the God-honest truth. We had our reservations about using the existence of this great threat to increase the following of our faith, but we no longer have the luxury of choice. The great houses continue to sate their selfish desires with their ongoing wars. But now is the time we must unite and stand together as one against the Realm Scourge. For it is the only way we shall ever save Ardra. It may take years, possibly even decades to achieve. Yet we have no choice but to carry out this task. So let us get to work, for it is we who shall open the door to a brighter future.
I cannot go on. We are destined to die a horrid death.
That is not true, my love.
Then what would ye have me do? There is no escaping what comes for us.
Oh.
What are you moping around in here for?
Perhaps I should just spare myself and the child I carry in my womb from such a terrible future.
Don't utter such a thing.
But...
Have you forgotten? Brother Sadali has shown us the way to salvation. We should be out spreading the crystal faith to every corner of Ardra. So let us focus on that. I'm not saying it'll be easy going. But if we do our part, then your baby and all the others to come after it might have a happy future.
Oh.
For the sake of our unborn baby.
Aye, and for the sake of all our children.
Well, if ye put it like that...
Let us go out there and spread the word!
Everyone! I need your help! Long have I preached that you should love your neighbor and lend a hand to those less fortunate amongst you. But there is more that is required of us. A threat like nothing we have seen before shall soon arise here in Ardra. It is essential that we come together and stand united. Let us cast off all hatred and forget any animosities we harbor. For the sake of those who you love, let us share in God's teachings and take action in the name of our future!
Hey, did you hear?
What? You mean about the Church of the Crystal?
Yeah, they say that the king shall meet with that Father Sadali someday soon.
Well, I guess it was only a matter of time.
Thanks to everyone's efforts, the Church of the Crystal grows ever larger. In fact, our numbers grow so great that the kings of the great houses can no longer ignore us. But I fear that numbers alone shall not be enough for us to establish a solid union. For that is not so different from using military might to suppress one's opponents. Hearts filled with love for Ardra are what is essential. Compassion for those you live alongside. Let us continue to work, hand in hand, so that all people may equally achieve blessedness.
Why, I cannot believe how many people have gathered here.
Subtly. Everyone is waiting to hear you speak.
Yes, of course. Welcome to our blessed cathedral! We all know that the Realm Scourge is a fearsome entity that scorches the earth and devours all in its path. However, at this very moment, I have great confidence. I believe we shall defeat the Realm Scourge. Why, you may ask? It is because we have come together as one united people! If it isn't King Elda of Leonis I see before me.
In the flesh. You set foot in the lands of Leonis without permission. An act I deem to be one of aggression. Under no circumstances can we overlook such a trespass, even if the perpetrators vastly outnumber us.
You have our deepest apologies for this intrusion. But the truth of our presence is...
We have indeed heard those rumors of what lies deep in the cavern beneath our land.
I promise that once this great threat has been dealt with, our army shall promptly withdraw. So please, allow us to pass, Your Majesty.
This threat you speak of, Do you truly believe you are capable of defeating it?
I do indeed.
I, for one, am not convinced. What do you think, my sons?
I too think they are lacking somewhat.
And I agree with my brother. Leonis may indeed be a small kingdom.
But even we could take on the likes of this army.
Are you implying that we must use force against you if we wish to proceed?
Indeed. Successfully break through the wall that is Leonis, and we shall forgive your trespass.
Are you sure you wish to do this? It will only bring about the needless loss of life.
Ha! An invader that worries about those he invades. Perhaps you will realign your concerns upon seeing this.
What in the heavens? 3 rings in the hands of Leonis! Damn that Gilgamesh! He decides to obstruct me now, at such a crucial time!
Come and face the maws of Leonis! The united army of Ardra lives up to all expectations.
I did not sense any real intent to kill in your attacks against us. What is going on here? Do not tell me this was Gilgamesh's way of testing us.
When the Winged One bestowed the rings upon my sons and I, he told us, "You must test the might of Sadali's forces when they come to your land. Unless that army possesses overwhelming power, you must not let them enter the cavern." But you have done well, Lord Sadali. You have indeed united the great houses of Ardra into one formidable force.
So we have passed your test?
Indeed. And we shall now guide you to the cavern. Naturally, Leonis shall also lend its forces to your cause, and fight as one with the united army of Ardra.
You have my heartfelt thanks. On this day, we put an end to the nightmare that has threatened us all for so long. We shall emerge victorious! Of that, I am certain! And together, we shall open the door to a brighter future! At last, the time has come for us to face the Realm Scourge with the full force of the united army of Ardra. Exia, you came! And Thorbeck is with you too!
But of course! My father, grandfather, and great-grandfather have all faithfully served you, Lord Sadali, and so shall I. In fact, the whole village is here in the rear guard, and they're prepared to lay down their lives if needed. But we are all of one mind in our hope for the future of Ardra.
Thank you, Thorbeck. And you as well, Exia. Today is the day that we destroy the Realm Scourge. For the future! It has begun to move! Something's happening!
Hold on. Is this thing only just getting started?
What in hell is going on?
The seal that keeps the realm scourge suspended has just broke.
But how could that happen?
I am told that the realm scourge grows ferocious at the smell of blood.
You don't mean that titanic thing is going to start moving now?
I am afraid so. Panic is spreading amongst the troops. I must go and assist them.
Wait for me!
No, Exia. You and Thorbeck must concentrate on getting the last of the villagers away from here. Even with this many soldiers, we fail to mortally wound it.
This is hopeless!
It wouldn't matter how many lives we had. Trying to face this monstrosity is a losing game.
It is not just the soldiers, but even my believers abandoned the battle. This is a complete and utter defeat. Perhaps I was never intended to be the vessel that saves this world, after all.
Do not lose faith, Lord Sottile!
What are you two doing here?
Why didn't we flee, you mean? We could not leave you to face such danger alone, Lord Sottile.
But what about the others?
We guided all we could to safety.
But that rotten Kuri blew up the cavern entrance, trapping us in here.
No.
He said that such a terrible monster couldn't be allowed to reach the surface.
So now we can't flee, even if we wanted to. Which means we may as well die a noble death.
I am sorry I dragged you into this.
Don't say that, Lord Sottile. My family has stuck by your side since the day my great-grandfather found you under attack by monsters on the shore near our old village. And the time we shared together has been a true joy. I have no regrets. Not one.
Oh, Thorbeck. Thorbeck! Take Exia and run!
But there is nowhere to run! The way out is blocked!
At least try to get as far away from it as possible! Gilgamesh!
It's... God!
What in the heavens are you doing here?
I have opened the way out of the cavern.
Are you telling me to flee?
There is no need for you to throw your life away here.
It shall not matter even if we do escape this place. The Realm Scourge will eventually find its way to the surface and annihilate everything in its path. Besides...
terrible wound.
I have a feeling my time is limited. I will not be able to outrun the Realm Scourge in this condition. So I shall make my final stand here.
Here it comes!
Stay strong, Sottily! Hand me the crystal!
There is no magic left in it. We can no longer turn back time.
Just give it to me! Quick! I shall make do.
What? What do you mean to do? No, you mustn't.
Don't do it, Exia! What you're doing will cost you your life!
Look after Sottily for me.
It's almost upon us!
Go now! Into the light!
Gah!
No. Exia! How did we get here? What in heavens happened back there?
So, you have maintained your memories then? It is not just you. Amnelis seems to have her memories fully intact as well. And yet, only Exia and I were touching the crystal when it activated.
That mystery is the least of our worries. You told us that it was no longer possible to turn back time. So how is it that we are here?
It was Exia's doing. She channeled her soul into the crystal.
How could she do such a thing?
We tried to stop her, but she was resolute in her decision.
You tried to stop her? Did you really do so in earnest? Perhaps you merely allowed Exia to sacrifice herself so that you might find a way out of your peril!
You doubt my motivations? No, you may do so if it pleases you. But know that Exia sacrificed herself to save you. Her dying words were for me to look after you. And just as she drew her last breath, she infused her life energy into this crystal.
Her soul went into this crystal. My beloved Exia.
Gilgamesh.
It cannot be.
I sense it. The Realm Scourge.
But how? We have turned back time. The Realm Scourge should still be sealed in suspended animation.
I think I know what has happened. And the reason why Sonalee and I have retained our memories despite not touching the crystal when time was turned back. The magical energy Exia's sacrifice provided was too powerful. Everyone who was enveloped by that brimming light was able to return through time, even if they weren't in direct contact with the crystal.
Do you mean to say the Realm Scourge's soul also traversed time with its memories intact?
Yes. Its soul would have come back after being frenzied by all the blood from the battle, allowing it to break through the seal.
Then we best make haste. This will probably be the last time we see one another. I want you to know, you have been a great friend. You are right. The seal has indeed been compromised. Never had I expected the end to come before we fulfilled our goal. But I shall say this. It has been a rather interesting life we have lived.
Why? You sound like you're giving up.
This is not a battle the two of us stand a chance of surviving.
True. But even if we cannot defeat the Realm Scourge now, I am sure you will one day. The best I can do is ensure it does indeed get left in the hands of the future.
No, you cannot use your life for this.
I am sorry I have to leave you on your own. But please, understand my decision. And someday, come for me when you are able. I shall be waiting for you. The cavern is going to come down on top of itself any moment now. Get out of here before that happens.
I will come back for you. I promise.
Yet another failed attempt. That is the 23rd body so far. Using the villagers' cadavers in my experiments to resurrect the dead is proving to be a frustrating endeavor. At this rate, I do not know when I shall be able to resurrect Exia. If I fail to bring her back properly, I suppose she will likely rise up and attack me like that man's corpse just did. My dear Exia. Oh, how this world feels so empty without you. If I cannot resurrect her, perhaps I should try using part of her body to create her anew.
We lost Exia and parted ways with Sodale. But never had I imagined I would lose you too, Amnelis. I knew I would not stand a chance against the Realm Scourge on my own. But it was then that I realized your mind still resided somewhere in the vastness of the void. So I used most of what magical power I had left to create a vision of you. Yet this vision is blissfully oblivious, devoid of both smiles and humor. All it does is report the premonitions you sometimes have in the most laconic of ways. Perhaps the cryptic nature of your words is your way of telling me more than you are able.
Oracle, Chapter 1, Passage 4. The Hour of the Dawn. Grant a light upon the stag lost in the darkness. Bestow another light upon the herd of resourceful sheep. Entrust your final light to the young lion, yet be forewarned. Two lions are like night and day, never to know one another. Their inevitable conflict shall create pools of blood that hasten the awakening of the great threat.
Who do you think you are?
You have little right to be giving us orders!
Let's give him what for! Come on, lads!
I suppose a display of power is where we must begin.
Cease your strange mutterings and fight us!
How is he so strong?
You have naught to fear from me. I did not come here to bring you harm. I only wish to see the village of Leonis grow until it becomes a great kingdom. However, you must not succumb to selfish desires and invade other nations. And in turn, any invasion by the great houses must be met and repelled.
Make our village a kingdom?
I suppose it could be done, but
A tiny village like this wouldn't last long if a greater nation decided to attack.
It is for that reason I shall bestow upon you this ring.
Did they come from the ring?
with this power, we'll be able to match any who try to invade us.
But know that I have conditions. You must never allow this land to become a battlefield.
Why is that, my lord?
Blood spilled across these lands will call forth a great threat. To avoid this, there must only be one heir to the throne at any time. Should there be two successors, the nation will be torn asunder. Before that comes to pass, you must end the life of one of them. For the King of Leonis must serve as nothing but the guardian of this land.
Your soul once dwelled within this crystal. But unlike its original fleshly vessel, it has now lost all warmth and become so hard and cold to the touch. I sometimes wish I too could become a crystal, if it would take away this emptiness. If only I could refill this crystal with magical energy. Then I just might be able to traverse time back to when you still lived, Exia. Perhaps it is indeed worth attempting. Gilgamesh.
I have just come to pay my old friend a visit. You have nothing to fear. That crystal is no longer any use to me. Keep it as a memento of Exia, if it pleases you.
How fares Amnelis?
After you and I parted ways, I returned to the cavern to face the Realm Scourge, with Amnelis at my side.
The two of you stopped it, all on your own?
Only thanks to Amnelis's actions. She assimilated herself with the Realm Scourge and encased their amalgamation in an enormous crystal in order to subdue it once again.
Amnelis is now inside that crystal? How is that possible?
I believe she saw it as the only measure left for us. One that was only possible due to the vast amount of magical energy that she herself possessed, I would say. Whatever you decide to do from here on out is no longer a matter of my concern. But know this. If you prove a hindrance to me, I will show you no compassion. Consider this a warning to an old friend.
So, Amnelis' soul is inside an enormous crystal. Such a source of magic may just be the answer.
このリオニスの血を守らなければならない。たとえ神を敵に回そうとも。話の曲だ。お前のものではない。
Join the Elrinell network through my blog, Patreon, shop, and more. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. We'll return soon with more data. The game never ends.